In our morning rounds, important news for the sleep-deprived. Experts warn hitting the snooze button repeatedly before getting out of bed can be hazardous to your health.
Dr. Carol Ash is director of sleep medicine at Meridian Health in New Jersey, and Maria Konnikova wrote about sleep inertia this month for the New Yorker magazine. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Jeff and I are both well-versed in sleep deprivation, so we know a lot. But Dr. Ash, I want to start with you. I mean, I think people would naturally think a few extra minutes. How's that going to help hurt you? Why should we not hit snooze?
Well, Vanita, most of us don't understand there's two basic principles of sleep, the amount and the timing. It's like bread and water. So when you go to sleep at night and wake up in the morning and expose yourself to light, that sets an internal clock that maintains your wake and sleep rhythms. And one of the rhythms that is very important is melatonin. So melatonin will be there at night to help you fall asleep, and the melatonin will decrease as you get up in the morning. So when you keep hitting that snooze button, what that means is you're still sleepy, you still need more sleep, and you're interrupting the normal process. And melatonin is not yet dissipated. So you're getting up and your brain is still in the sleep process while you're awake. And that sounds unusual to people, but that can really happen. Parts of your brain can be fully awake while the rational thinking part is still in the sleep process.
Maria, tell me a little more about sleep inertia.
Sleep inertia is what we feel when we're getting up and our brain hasn't really caught up to our bodies. So you think you're awake, but your brain has kind of other plans for you. So
before the coffee kicks in.
Exactly. Coffee makes everything better. But your basic functions have come online, but your prefrontal cortex, which is that cognitive part of your brain that tells what decisions you're going to make, like, am I going to press the snooze button right now? That part of the brain isn't going to come online for up to 2 hours. And depending how sleep deprived you are, it might take up to 4 hours. So you're not going to be fully you for quite some time if you're not sleeping properly and if the timing is off of your sleep.
Carol, I have to ask though, can a nap compensate for what you didn't get during the night? And I was fascinated because it sounds like in 1 week's time you could put yourself at risk for some real problems.
Absolutely you can. And as Maria is suggesting, the timing is critical. So if you get up the same time every single day, you will keep that internal clock set so that you won't have to hit that snooze button. You won't need an alarm clock. You'll get up. So if you find that you're creating sleep debt, because what happens, we try to meet all the demands and expectations, and then we're exhausted, so we sleep in. We typically do that on the weekends and reset that clock. So when you get up the same time every day and then decide you're going to take a nap, you maintain that rhythm. And so you take a nap during the day to offset the sleep debt that you've created, and then you don't offset the rhythms. And a nap, 20 to 40 minutes, is usually enough for most people to avoid that sleep grog or sleep inertia.
Are you guys fans of naps, by the way?
I am, as long as you know what your proper nap length is. So have you ever had it happen that you woke up from a nap and you're feeling even worse than you felt when you went to sleep? That's probably because you woke up at the wrong part of your sleep cycle while you weren't quite ready to be awake yet, and so it's important to time your naps properly.
So, doctor, is the issue here is it the snooze button, or is it the fact that we're just not getting enough sleep?
We're not getting enough sleep, and so we tend to want to sleep in. And the problem is when you're trying to make up for sleep debt, you offset that circadian rhythm. So it's the amount and the timing, and the timing is critical, and people don't realize that very important part of the timing. As Maria was saying, if the timing is off, the release of melatonin will be that you're getting up in the morning and the body is still releasing that melatonin. So you're getting out of bed at a time when physiologically your body is still in the sleep state. It hasn't transitioned into full wakefulness.
Right, and that might explain why we're both so cranky in the morning. Dr. Carol Ash, Maria Konnikova, thank you both so much.